This question asks us to draw the molecular orbital picture of T-butanol. Every non-hydrogen atom in T-butanol is sp3 hybridized, so every non-hydrogen atom will be tetrahedral. I'm going to attempt to draw the MO picture from a perspective three-dimensional drawing, and what I'm going to try to convey is that the picture is going perpendicular in and out of the screen. So let's draw the in the plane things first. Those will be some of the carbons and some of the oxygens. We'll start with the carbon. Carbon is forming a bond with oxygen through an sp3 hybridized orbital. Both carbon and oxygen are using sp3 hybridized orbitals. Oxygen is also using an sp3 hybridized orbital in the oxygen-hydrogen bond. The hydrogen is using its 1s orbital. Carbon is bonded to another carbon through an sp3 hybridized orbital. And this carbon is also bonded to one hydrogen using an sp3 hybridized orbital. These are all of the atoms that will be in the plane, and again, I'm trying to show that this plane is perpendicular to the screen. In fact, let me draw in a little bit of a border so we can see that perpendicular a little bit better. What I'm trying to show here is that this plane is going perpendicular to the screen, where this part is going further away from you and this part is coming a little bit closer to you. On these sp3 hybridized atoms, we have some groups that are sticking out above the plane and sticking down below the plane. So this carbon is attached to two other hydrogens. One of those hydrogens is sticking up above the plane, and one is sticking down below the plane. This carbon here is still attached to two other carbons. One of those carbons is sticking up above the plane, and this carbon is attached to three hydrogens. All of this is occurring above the plane of the screen. This carbon is also attached to a carbon below the plane, and this carbon itself is attached to three hydrogens, all of which are below the plane of the screen. The last thing we want to include is the orbital, the lone pairs of electrons on oxygen. Oxygen has two lone pairs of electrons, one sticking above, one sticking below. So one of them will be in an sp3 orbital above the screen, and the other will be in an sp3 orbital below. This then is the molecular orbital picture for T-butanol.